Hello and welcome, family, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways, family, and that you're moving into living life in your own narrative, in your own terms. It is absolutely critical, and that you're focusing 100% of your energy on yourself, on building up this narrative. That's what it requires, because we're in the foundation season where many of us are now starting to build the life that we are going to have in the future. So we're starting to, outline what that will look like, and kind of look into that, family. So that should be your focus. And you know what? I thought it would be very important to kind of look into who is Babylon's main target in this season. I thought it was something that is so important for us to understand, and understand, because Babylon is at war with the soul of humanity. And I hope when you know that I talk of Babylon, the Illuminati, the Cabal, the reptilians, whatever, the enemies of our soul, the enemies of this planet. It has been an invasion since day one. And it's all about, cloning this planet to be like them so that they can exist here, which means lowering the vibration of the planet and keeping the vibration of the planet at a certain level. And vibration is density. You see, higher mind, it's all about higher mind versus lower mind. They are lower mind people, so they have to create and can only exist in a lower mind world. But this is a higher mind reality. It's all about love, creation, beauty, expansion, go forth and multiply, multiplication, birthing. That's what this world is about, family. A beautiful experience where our thoughts become our reality, where our greatest visions, we actually envision something and then we walk into that vision. That is what this place was, absolutely magical. But it is out of the reach of those, of a lower mind, which is why they've always wanted us to keep us in the lower world of greed, of envy, of, war, of having to, of give and take, of unfairness, of corruption, all of those things. They've focused so much on that, family. They focus so much on that. And right now, so many people, because that higher mind atmosphere is here and the planet is rising up, Babylon is doing absolutely everything. The Cabal, the Illuminati is doing absolutely everything to counter the new earth with a new world order. And they want people to remain in their lowest mind, which is why they're being so aggressive with the narrative right now. Come on! Monkeys, family. Anyway, that's why they're being so aggressive with the narrative. And what we need to recognize, family, is that Babylon is targeting a very particular group of people right now. They're not attacking the awakened. What they're trying to do with those who have awakened and shifted out of their reality is block access to the minds and hearts of the rest of humanity. And they're not going for the unawakened either. What they're trying to do with the unawakened is just keep them. For them, it's easy to keep them in a loop because they're obsessed with their narrative, their movies, their restaurants, their life. So it's easy to just keep them in that loop of that, the hamster wheel of the Babylon matrix. Wake up, be a wage slave, all of that. Like they're happy in that, take a few pictures for Instagram and all that nonsense and be in that world. So they're in that and they're being slowly led into the metaverse. So they're not even really worried about those ones. But the people that they're targeting are the ones in between, the ones who are awakening. That's who the spiritual warfare is over. If you are awakening at this time, the enemy will be doing everything to make sure that doesn't happen. But the Most High and the angelic realm will be doing absolutely everything to make sure that it does. And that's basically where the warfare is right now, because the more people move from the unawakened to the awakened, the more that shifts reality. So what can you do if you're one of the awakening who is a high level target for the Babylon system right now? They don't want you to break free. So what can you do about it? Let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Wake up, Africa! Welcome back, family, to Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Seraki. So glad to have this opportunity for us to reason together. Thanks to every single person that is subscribed to the channel. And I appreciate love all your comments and contributions. I always learn something, family, from, just the wealth of, diversity and different kind of intelligence and knowledge in the comments. So, big love being sent out to all of you. So, who is the greatest target of Babylon at this time? It is those that are awakening. As I mentioned before the break, the awakened, they're just trying to block us from having access to the world. They're trying to kind of isolate us and hope that we remain a few and they'll deal with us later. It's kind of like what happened with the double Big Mac. They tried to block those who were refusing their agenda, and they were going to deal with them later. And we heard all kinds of threats, etc., but they haven't gotten to that yet. But many of the people who took that decision have already, kind of are preparing themselves and have been led to prepare themselves to handle any eventuality. So that's one angle. So the awakened are not really on their radar right now. It's just to isolate them so that their thoughts, their energy, their love, their vibration doesn't hit the collective or is not picked up by the collective in any big way. Which is why we see a lot of our truly enlightened, melanated voices being kind of shut down. Their view, they play with the views, they play with all kinds of things, family, to make it to block access, because we're in their matrix, we're in their system. So it's really important for us to realize that. And the unawakened, they're already entrapped. They're already in the soul trap. And for them to get out of that soul trap will be really, really difficult. But there are those who are awakening, who a seed was placed. Because I keep saying, family, this is not our first life. We've been here many times before. We are spiritual beings having this human experience. And so, there's a seed that was placed in many that would start to germinate at such a time as this, when this new sunshine and this new atmosphere came into play, and the new rain and all this came into play. It would like water this seed, these new emotions, water is emotion, these new thoughts, air is thoughts, etc., would start to penetrate and move in this plane, and and start to raise up or to kind of grow these seeds in us. And those are the ones who are awakening, where Babylon can't tell. When they look at a sea of people, they can't tell who is who. So they're always trying to pay attention to those who are increasingly looking for new knowledge, etc., but, and kind of block that new knowledge, block the access to the new knowledge. And then they push these narratives to bring the vibration of those people down, to bring the spirituality of those people down. And that's why they attack the collective. And they attack the collective with, trauma-based programming, trauma-based news of how our people have been killed, or this has happened, or our people are starving, that kind of thing that just will collectively lower our vibration. They do it through, spreading things, through very symbolic stuff, which acts like a weapon against ourselves, an energetic weapon. So they'll put out like the Will Smith slap or the Kevin Williams woman hater death, all these things, in an attempt to affect the collective, to divide and conquer, create division. And it's all about bringing the collective vibration down so that they block this new breed of Africans that are awakening and getting ready to step into the new earth and step out of their world, because they need the energy of these people. And you see, the truth about the double Big Mac and its effect on the motherland has been gosh, family, you can see how important this message is with all the sweeping everywhere. But the most important message, the most important impact has been against, how it impacted people's economics. And so Africa was already enslaved economically, and that is like perpetually going on. Now we're having fuel shortages, food shortages, etc., in the breadbasket of the world. And so, especially if you're in the cities. Here in Kenya, we had like 1 month of fuel shortage, crazy, and they were trying to blame Ukraine, etc. But mainly, they've tried to slow us down and to keep us in sufferation, to keep us in pain, to keep us in confusion, so that those that are destined to awaken at this time don't. And so my message to those who are awakening at such a time as this, excuse the brooms in the background, family, who are awakening at such a time as this, is protect your gates. I talk about this all the time. Protect your eye gates, protect what you're seeing, protect your ear gates, protect what you're hearing, protect what you're saying, because as you awaken, your voice has power and will bring the things you utter into your reality. Protect all those things, family. Protect your health. Protect what you're taking of the Babylon system. And until you gain a certain strength, cut off the news, the entertainment, all of that from Babylon, and allow yourself to build up this new narrative. It is absolutely critical. But the fact that they're targeting the awakening ones shows you how important, how instrumental this unstoppable awakening will be to rebalancing and reshifting Mama Earth. So you are going to make it. But you have to realize that there is an extra effort to make you lose steam, to make you lose heart, to make you lose hope, to make you feel like it can't happen. And that's what they say about Satan controlling the air. So that's the energy that Satan is, Satan, the enemy of our souls, the cabal, is constantly putting on us. They have the technology, or they've had the technology for the last 10 years, where they can literally implant thoughts into people. Family, they can literally implant thoughts to the point where people become people who are suicidal actually go to the extent of, committing suicide. So they already have that technology. And it's all about radio waves, etc., etc. And they've made us ignorant of all this stuff, where you don't really learn everything. Everything you know is on such a surface level, so that you would never, see the hand of the enemy working against your life. And that's why I urge you guys, start eating your own food, start growing your own food, move out of the cities. All these things, family. It's so absolutely critical. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you'd like me to go deeper. Until next time, tuko pamoja.